Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Mill Spill. This week I am myth busting some of the thoughts out there about body types. So, both for male and female, the current literature out there is that you have to be an ecto, meso, or endomorph body type. And I have some interesting thoughts on this because I think that anyone can train for any body type. You can eat all the right things, you can train, you can lift, you can do resistance, you can do strength training, and you can build your body type to what you actually want. But you know, in my years of experience in lifting myself and from what I see, you can spend a lot of money and energy trying to maintain a particular body type. And I think that leads to a lot of issues because as we get older, do we? I think the question needs to be asked is if we stop maintaining that diet, lifestyle, training, um, does our body type change again, or is there actually a natural state that our body is genetically predisposed to, so to speak? So I think the question that I like to ask, and I'm playing a little bit of a devil's advocate here, is do we have what's known as a physical homeostasis? So meaning not only in how we present musculoskeletal bone mass, muscle size, strength, all that kind of stuff, frame, height, weight, all that kind of stuff, but also the blood work and the blood panels and the internal cellular homeostasis that is ideal for our particular self and being. And I think that this is interesting because you look at like a football player, right? Offensive lineman, right? They're 300 plus pounds, they move super quick, amazing athletes. Then after they're done, either because they have trained themselves a certain way in eating and in training, they'll either lose a lot of weight because they're not eating as much and still training, or they'll put on a lot of weight because they're still maintaining that eating but not training. So I think there is a natural state that we can kind of fall into that once we've reached maybe a certain age where, and I don't know what this is, I'm just hypothesizing here that I think we fall into a category. And whether that's between the three different body types or one or the other, I think that you can train and look great and do everything you need to do to fit a body type and maintain that just as long as you're willing to put in the time, effort, money. But is there a natural state that without spending that time, energy, money, that you just naturally fall into? And I would argue that, for myself personally, I have a family and two kids, and I only have X amount of time to go to the gym and X amount of and so many hours a day to train where I'm not taking away from other things in my life, and that balance that I've fallen into, I think my body has responded by falling into a certain resting state. Now, when I was growing up, I was, before I hit, growth spurts and things like that, I was a chubby kid. I had the nickname Chubby Bubby, and there's photos I'll post here of me as a kid. And then as I grow up and hit, adolescence and body changes and your chemistry changes as part of your physical homeostasis, then now, in my 30s, what that looks like and how, I've stopped physically growing in stature, and my body is kind of settling in, and I get blood work and it shows that I'm in normative values for my age range, my blood pressure, all that stuff from a body chemistry standpoint is where it should be. Where is my weight? What am I eating within what we do at home? Or is it a catered diet? Because I'm not on a diet. I'm just eating proportionally. And that's a whole different nutritional aspect that you can talk about. But I think that I've fallen into a certain body type, and I think that's important because I think we do reach an age where all those other external factors that dictate how you spend your time can also dictate how your body responds. So I think it's an interesting topic. I think it's cool that people can change their bodies. I mean, you look at Biggest Loser and they change their bodies so well, but you also know when they stop dedicating the time, money, and energy into that, what happens to those clients on Biggest Loser? Do they change or they maintain? And I think that's the biggest question: is what are you doing to maintain your physical homeostasis, and what does that body type put it into? Because there are certain guys that are huge and bodybuilders and they work hard on their physique and they dedicate their time. And this is just a hypothesis, speculation, is that with some of those people, I think they'll train to a certain amount and then they won't lose it if they just maintain a certain level. They don't have to always increase and always kind of go up to maintain it. And I think that is when you fall into your natural physical homeostasis. So it's kind of a term we've coined here and something that I think we can dive into. But I'd love your feedback on body types, physical training, what you think about this, because I think it poses a lot of interesting questions on how we train, why we're training the way we do, and what is actually best for our bodies. So kind of an interesting topic. So I'm curious to see what y'all think and going forward. So let me know your thoughts and I'll keep bringing it to you. Y'all have a good one. Bye.